on that issue of traffic, how much is that making life more difficult for Martin in that position compared to last year? Maybe he's not quite shining in the same way so far this year.
Last year it happened again, especially in the second phase of the season. Again, for the same reason, we started not to score that early and doing that. But the teams are going to suffer a lot if they want to defend there. And we are getting better, and we have more and more resources, and we're getting more and more ways to attack those situations, and we'll master it, that's for sure.
And for Martin Odegaard specifically, in that role for him, is it become a lot harder without those early goals and without that open game?
Yes, it will affect the game in a different way, you know, and he had a very clear role what to do, and he did it really well, and he opened up so many spaces and actions to attack in different ways for us, and again, I think he's a player that is so intelligent that he will find a way at the end to win the game for us.
Mark?
You spoke there about how important when he came to the club to get back into the Champions League, and when you look over all the years, the fact that Arsenal's name is not on that list of winners, how much does that hurt the club when you think all the great teams and how many years you've been in it, but you've never yet managed to win it?
Yeah, well, I said you should define it in a great way, you know, don't take it for granted, because in this league it's extremely difficult, and he was so right, and the moment that you missed it, then you realize how important it is to do it, but at the same time how difficult it is to do it, because now we see in this league 3 or 4 teams not being in Champions League, you know, where they should be, and it sounds like a catastrophe, but that's the reality of the level of this league as well. So to be in that competition, playing the Premier League, guys, you have to take credit for that, because it's very complicated.
But to go on from there and to actually win the competition in the Champions League, is it almost a dream for clubs to get? I mean, is it really almost established 3 or 4 teams who can really win that now?
Yeah, except for Real Madrid, and normally the winners. For the rest, I think it is a dream, that it's a possible dream, because these are football games, and teams are really good, and games are decided in details in a lot of moments, but we certainly need to get experience to compete at that level, to be closer to that situation.
But yet you saw, I mean, with respect, I mean, Tottenham got to the final a few years ago. It's not impossible for teams who are not an established top 4 to get there and go on and challenge for that competition.
Yeah, a lot of things have to go your way. You have to obviously perform an incredible level to have the opportunity to do that, and we are going to try, that's for sure.
Okay, Isam from the Mail.
Hi, Bukayo.
Hi.
With Bukayo in the past 3 seasons, every season he's scored, well, he's always beaten his goal record for the last 3 seasons, and this season he's again on to break it once more. How have you transformed him from being someone who's very reliable in terms of providing assists to now consistently scoring on a regular basis season to season?
Well, first of all, having great teammates, you know, that make you better. That's the first thing. And then credit to him, the way he takes his profession and the way he trains every single day, the question he's demands all the time to be better, to define games, to win games, to score more goals. And he's got that ruthless mentality now to be the best that he can be every single day, and to really be there on the pitch to affect games and win games for the team.
And in terms of him being a young player, you've mentioned a few times in the past as well with his humility. What's it like to be able to coach someone with that humility, and what kind of example does that show to young players in general, especially across the Premier League, who may not be as humble as Bukayo possibly?
That's what it makes him special. It's impossible not to love Bukayo. You sit down with him 2 minutes, you get to know him, and you get shocked, you know, that what a special character and person he is. But at the same time, he's so humble, but he's got that presence that he sets the line there, and that's enough. And that's big quality, I think.
Matt?
Mikel, just to finish off what Mark was asking.
Yeah.
Bizarrely, is it harder to win the Premier League than it is the Champions League, would you say?
I don't know, to win the Premier League, it's a huge marathon or tetralon, I don't know how it's called in England, but the Champions League, it's something special. It's moments, you know, that they have to go your way, and as well, that belief that the team can win it, and creating a special atmosphere in these moments, and having the luck in the right moments. It's a lot of things that you need to go your way, but now I think to win the Premier League is so tough.
Gareth,
So,
oh,
sorry, just
sorry.
to transfer.
I haven't replied your question.
Well,
You
yeah.
have to choose one or the other.
Kind of. Yeah, you don't have to choose, but which is easier?
Well, for us as a club, I think it's the Champions League because we haven't won it. That's it.
Gary from the Times.
Nico, you said after the Seville game, you're talking about the two wingers and how they drove the team forward. Can you explain and sort of follow up on what Ishlan saying about Saka, about why the two wingers, when they're in tandem, are so important for you, and when perhaps when they're not playing, and Gabby's obviously missed quite a few games this season, things don't quite click in the same way.
Well, it was only not them. There were a few players as well, and the chemistry of the team is not the same, especially against certain formations that we need special things in those areas. But we have other players as well. Leo has played on the left. Rizzi has played there. Fabio, when he's coming, has different qualities. It's not the same. It is different. The team adapts to that, and sometimes the team needs something else in other position to adjust those other different qualities of the team. But for sure, there are two huge players for us.